All right. Good morning, Keller Williams, Greater Metropolitan, and welcome to our very first meeting of the month of October, our first meeting of the fourth quarter. We are very excited to be underway here. We have a monster month ahead of us from a training and education standpoint, which kicks off a really, really strong quarter of training and education for everyone in our company. We're going to go ahead and dive right into today's agenda with a little bit of a mission moment. So just a reminder, our mission as a company at Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. And I'm not going to highlight any specific line today because I believe the conversation that we're going to have is going to be one that captures all of these. When we start this conversation today and carry it through the entire fourth quarter around your business plan and around making a detailed, focused plan to guide your growth and development throughout 2022, we're hitting on all these things. We're improving your career. We're building that business. We're making life worth living, and we're helping a lot of people and building a legacy that will be worth leaving. So more on that later, but let's get right into it, guys. As the market returns to seasonality, as we've been talking about for several weeks now, listings are going to become more and more and more valuable. Inventory is leveling off or inching up, depending on which day you look at what has closed and come on the market. So if it's out there and somebody hasn't bought it, your new opportunity, your new listing will be will be very attractive. And so let's make sure that we continue to maximize everything that we have from a listing standpoint. So pop in the chat right now. Let us know what listings you have coming. Of course, buyer needs are always welcome. Just clarify that so that no one thinks your buyer need is a listing, because that could be pretty confusing. And then I know I've been providing some regular updates on the stats for us around listings and around the market from a listing standpoint. We're going to hold off, make you wait a little bit for those as we wait for all of the official September numbers to close. We will be doing a full market update next week during this sales meeting, 9:30 a.m. We'll be covering the whole story arc from the first 3 quarters of this year and talking a lot about what it's going to look like over the course of the next several months and how that's going to inform your business. All right, now with some happies here, happy birthday to all of these October babies. Lots of wonderful folks on here. Not really sure what astrological sign we're dealing with, but I'm sure it's a good one, and we're really excited for all of you. Hope you're all doing something very fun and very special to celebrate. And then also happy anniversary, happy Kellerversary. So all these folks doing kicking off another year with Keller Williams, Greater Metropolitan, and we could not be more thrilled to be in business with all of you. So if you see someone's name in there, go ahead, give them some love, shoot them a text, let them know you are thrilled at the opportunity to call them a colleague. And then September, very strong month, strongest maybe for all of these folks. A big, big deal, hitting their cap, now earning 100% of their commissions. Special shout out to the anchor of our Map to Cap series in September, Pat Barman, capping for the second time in about 5 months. So Pat, we might have to start calling him Cap. Pat capped in 10 months, his first 10 months with our company. And then just inside of 5 months, the second time. So Pat building a great business, and was certainly a great session out there in Rocky River last week for the end of our Map to Cap series. All right, guys, October's here, and we have loaded up a great training calendar for all of you. Want to call out a few things specifically before we get into our partner updates today. For those of you who are new/newer to the business, you got some private communication and follow-up around a really great and foundational series that we periodically bring to the calendar. You're going to hear from our partners on each of the next 3 Thursdays. So this Thursday, Cross Country is going to be doing a session about pre-approvals and pre-qualifications to make sure that we're using the right words, because words matter. GM Title coming in next Thursday, talking about entities and how they affect properties. There is a ton of movement in the investing market, and there will continue to be, especially here in Cleveland. And so when folks are working with entities, you want to know what's going on. That's a great session for anyone, candidly. And then finally, bringing it home, America's Preferred Home Warranty, talking about why is a warranty important in this market. And additionally, it looks like we will have Greater Metropolitan Management on there as well to talk a little bit about their offerings and how they can support your clients. So let's talk about what else is on that calendar. Now, I know that there is several folks in the room who have been in the industry of real estate, either just before or just after the start of a worldwide pandemic. And so we may not fully appreciate or even understand the complexities of seasonality and how that impacts our business. But what I want you to know is that it's a real thing. More people buy houses in May, June, July than will buy them in November, December, January. It's just the facts of life. Last year was definitely an anomaly in seasonality, as we saw a ton of business transacting in the fourth quarter. Because that's not normal, it's time for us to get serious about what it looks like to put one more deal away, to get one more check in our account starting right now. So the average deal takes about 60 to 75 days to close. And so if we're focused on October 13th, we're rolling into the Pepper Pike office, we're sitting down, we're learning from one of the best in the business, Eric Akbar, about how to get into activity and find the deal and then get the deal done inside of 2021. We're going to be really happy with ourselves for doing that. And I'll tell you, it is rare. It is hard to just go out and find one deal. When we get into activity right now, in pursuit of adding deals to our pipeline that will close before December 31st, we're going to end up with more than one. And here's the other added benefit. We're going to end up with a lot of deals that are going to close in the first quarter of next year. And as we talk about our business planning and we talk about what it looks like to get our mind right and get focused on big goals for 2022, it starts right now, right? We're not talking about business planning come January 1st. We're talking about it right now. All right, guys. And then next week, our Money Matters Mastermind continues next Friday. Now, the third Friday of every month, we do a Money Matters Mastermind where we work through and open the books on Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan, and we talk about our successes and our opportunities as a company from a financial basis that allows us to provide all of the great training and resources and facilities for all of our agents. And so it's a great model for anyone to tune into, to have a voice, to understand where and how money flows organizationally. But also we like to add in a level of financial education for all of our agents. So next week, we will hear from Lisa Ina with Yes Wealth Partners to talk a little bit about long-term wealth strategies specific to annuities and life insurance. So I will be 100% vulnerable here and tell you I don't understand how either of these things work. So I will be tuning in and trying to understand that as a part of diversifying my long-term wealth goals. But if you don't know what annuities or life insurance are, or how they work, or how they're a part of a wealth strategy, then be there. It is our commitment to all of you to continue to bring these things to bear, so that you have a more well-rounded and diversified wealth building opportunity. And then on the 19th of October, we will be hosting a career night. We had one just a couple weeks ago, and we had a ball. We had a great room full of great people. It was a fantastic conversation, and always energizing to get a bunch of folks who are embarking on their career in real estate together. If you know someone that is in classes, if you know someone that needs to be in classes, if you know someone that's a real estate agent that just needs to be at Keller Williams, please let myself or Danielle know and help them get in the room. Come and be in the room with them. We love to have agents present for this. So don't miss out on the next one, October 19th. And hopefully you read Julia's weekend update email and saw the awesome promo from our Keller Williams family member down in Tennessee, the Bowtie Bandit, talking about his session that he will be putting on October 20th. Danielle, keep me, yes, October 20th at 1 p.m. He will be joining us via Zoom to talk about how he built his luxury business and really broke into that industry. So 5 years ago, he was not selling luxury homes, and now he is. And he has been a part of his office's luxury committee or community for the last 5 years, helped found it. So there is going to be something for everyone here, whether you're currently selling in this market, you're not currently selling in this market. He will bring some great content. And hopefully you got the sense from the promo that he shot for us that that he is going to be a lot of fun and it's going to be a great session. And then don't forget, Saturday, October 23rd, we are getting together in the Pepper Pike parking lot for our trunk or treat and chili cook-off. We are going to have a couple dozen cars and a couple dozen crock pots going, and there will be an opportunity for everybody to come. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your clients, bring your kids, and get some candy and get some chili. I already know of 2 separate agents who are using this and marketing it to their spheres and their databases as an event for them, for their clients to attend on their behalf. So please leverage this as a marketing opportunity for your business. Last week or 2 weeks ago, Danielle would have sent out this same graphic, but without our Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan branding. So you can take the blank version, drop your logo or just your name in, and then push it out to your database and invite them. It's going to be a really big time. We're going to eat a lot of chili, raise some money for KW Cares, and have a ball. So we will see you all there.
Hey, Mike, I just wanted to add something to that. If you guys are going to send this out, I do know what agents you're talking about that have already started marketing this, and they are also doing a trunk. So how cool. Invite your database, send it out, and then have a trunk at our in our parking lot and give some swag away, give some branding away. It's a good way to talk to your clients when they come through. Yes, Liz, we're still looking for trunks, and I need about 3 more chilies. So I'm looking for about probably 7 to 10 more trunks. Obviously, the more the merrier. And then about 3 more chilies. So if you're interested, let me know. And then if you're going to market it, I would also just suggest doing a trunk and not just showing up. That's all. Thanks.
Yeah, guys, and just for those of you who are concerned, I will not be doing a trunk this year, so the field is wide open, right? There is no odds-on favorite. This is the effectively Tom Brady retiring moment for the trunk or treat. So best of luck to everyone in that, but don't be scared that you're just competing for second place. All right, from a continuing education standpoint, we did a survey over the summer. You all told us, hey, we want more continuing education. We want more certification opportunities, and we're delivering. So last month we had our core law. This month on the West Side, we will be holding a messy details of a transaction. So this is good for 3 hours of general continuing education, but I got to tell you, it's going to be a great session. Folks, if you have had a bad transaction or a tough transaction in 2021, which I believe, looking at the chat right now, or excuse me, looking at the participants, that is 100% of people in this room. There are going to be some things that you're going to learn as a part of this to protect yourself, protect your clients, and keep deals together. So make sure you get that on your calendar, 9 a.m. Thursday, October 28th. Be there or be a mess. And then, of course, business planning clinic, which we're going to talk about. And then tickets will be coming out very shortly for the Certified Property Staging Certificate Program. So this is going to be an awesome event on December 2nd, a full day, and you're going to leave with a certification as a certified property stager. Huge piece of value proposition for your clients, especially when we know that staged properties sell at a percentage higher than properties that are not staged. So when you make the staging recommendation with a staging certification, you are doing it from a position of authority. And so make sure you mark your calendars for that. And don't worry, we will make a big deal about it when tickets release. The business planning clinic, if you don't have it on your calendar right now, get it on your calendar right now. If you don't have a ticket yet, get a ticket right now. We are doing this on November 8th from 9 to 4, lunch provided in Broadview Heights at St. Michael's Woodside Event Center. So we are, if you came to Bold in 2020, Q1 of 2020, if you were at Jeff Glover's event earlier this year, that's the location. So we are going to have this room set for anywhere from 150 to 250 agents. And we are going to have a real big time, spending the whole day knocking through goal setting, strategies, models, systems, support, next steps, marketing, database, lead generation. There are a few things. It would be easier to tell you the things that we are not going to cover during this session. And bonus, 6 hours of CE. It's going to be a big, big day to set you up for a lot of success. So again, on the calendars now. All right, guys, now we're going to throw it over to our partners for a partner update, and want to start with one of our business resource partners that we introduced back in August, and we're rotating through getting them some time in front of all of you as a part of this larger financial and business and wealth conversation. So if we could please spotlight Shauna Altman from Stellar Benefits Group. So one of the things that we know is a challenge for independent contractors, entrepreneurs, and 1099s is accessing health benefits, whether it be through the exchange or any other opportunities. And so we've engaged in a partnership with this group to help facilitate making sure that you all, your families, and your health and well-being are protected. So Shauna, I just want to give you the opportunity, give a couple updates, a couple things we ought to be looking at, and then some, if somebody's interested in following up, what's the best way for them to do that? All right,
Can you hear me now?
All right, we can hear you now.
There you go. There you go. Thanks for having us. And you're looking at Alan Greenberg, one of our partners here. We are actually now Gallagher. We were recently acquired by Gallagher, and formerly Stellar Benefits Group. So you'll see both names coming across your way. But we are a full-service health insurance brokerage firm. We focus on designing comprehensive insurance programs for businesses, individuals. So when it comes to your group, we could help you look at forming groups of 1 or 2 if you are eligible, or at the individual market. And to note, for 1/1/2022, if you don't have insurance, open enrollment is around the corner. It starts November 1st. and we could help you determine if you are eligible for a federal subsidy, which is on the exchange, or off the exchange. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with the individual market in Northeast Ohio. It's different from the group side. It's made up of HMOs, where you're basically choosing your provider, whether it's the Cleveland Clinic or University Hospital, where on the group side, there's a larger network where it's pretty much impossible to go out of network because they're made up of PPOs, so you can go anywhere. So we just want to provide our services and let you know that if you have questions about eligibility for group insurance, we could help walk you through that process, see if you can form a group of one or two, or we could assist in getting you individual health, dental, vision, disability insurance. And again, thanks for this opportunity. I will put my information in the chat box because, like I said, now that we are Gallagher, we do have new contact information. You could still get us at the Stellar Insurance email, but we want to make sure we're here to answer any questions you have. So thanks again.
We love that. Thank you so much, and we will get some updated marketing and slides to get you up there with some Gallagher, and then get Alan put in the circular file, right? All right, so we will go ahead and throw it over to our official partner of the 3-1 Cleveland Browns, and Mr. Sean Hadley and Don Jarecki with Cross Country Mortgage.
Morning, everybody. Go Browns. All right, a couple of announcements. So yes, we have the 1 o'clock Zoom on Thursday, and is my buyer pre-qualified? Is my buyer pre-approved? So we'll talk in just sort of the difference between those and some additional services that we offer for pre-approvals. Secondly, the big news, or on the economic calendar this week, is the big one for every month, is the jobs report that comes out first thing Friday morning. Where really, regardless of how the numbers come back, there's really no optimism that we see rates kind of getting back down. So just like we talked about last week and a few weeks prior, definitely some upward pressure on interest rates. So, get in while we're still good. And frankly, we'll still be good, just may inch up a little bit. The announcement we have for this week. So normally in December, right before New Year's, we get an announcement from FHFA, that is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac effectively, that they're going to raise the conforming limit. That announcement was made a couple months ahead of time now, and the new conforming loan amount for most, effective January 1st, has been raised from $548,250 to $625,000. Cross Country, being pretty cool and a powerhouse, is going ahead and accepting new rate locks at that new $625 loan amount. So if you've got, especially for those who might be in the luxury market, you've got somebody looking to, max out their borrowing power on a higher end loan. Staying away from jumbo programs allows for as little as 3% down, great interest rates, streamlined financing options and underwriting, and great interest rates. So big announcement, 625 is the new conforming limit, and that is effective essentially yesterday for Cross Country Mortgage borrowers. So that's the big announcement we have for this week. And Mr. Jarecki?
There's not a whole lot to add to that, except with that amount going up, then the maximum mortgage for FHA is going to go up as well, because that's always 65% of that limit. And like Sean said, this now enables borrowers with $600,000 plus purchase price to put as little as 3% down to get into a home. So this is a big win for the consumer.
Yeah, that FHA calculation should put us just over 400,000. So that'll be big news. So yeah, I think that's all we have for the week. And thank you, everybody.
That's awesome. Well, we will we'll look forward to future updates on what's happening with those interest rates. And guys, every week we're getting an update on this, and it's a great touch with your clients. As the interest rates move, affordability moves, the market will move. So if you've got buyers that are thinking, let's get them to think a little bit faster, because as the interest rates go up, it could make a big difference in what they pay. All right, now over to Jade Tishka with Greater Metropolitan Title and Escrow.
Good morning, everyone. So I got a good question last week from one of your guys' agents. When we wrote the deed for their deal, we did a limited warranty deed instead of a general warranty deed, which typically 90% of the time we're going to issue a general warranty deed. General warranty deed is pretty much the best deed that we could possibly do. What it kind of says is not only is there not any cloud on title from when you own the property, but anybody before you. We pretty much searched every single person from the time that property is built until now, and title is clear. What a limited warranty does is it does not insure a full set of title insurances, so it's not as good as a general warranty deed. What it ensures is that a title has not been clouded under the time that you have owned it. A list of common types of deals that we do that we have to insure a general warranty deed are any short sales, foreclosures, any commercial real estates, or any HUD or Fannie Mae transaction. And I guess you guys could kind of understand, obviously, the bank or Fannie Mae or something like that has taken over the property and they are unsure of what happened before that. So that is why anytime we do issue a limited warranty deed, that is kind of the circumstance that we are under. Is there any questions involving that? All right, perfect. Thank you, guys.
Great clarification there. Always important to be on the front end of that conversation for our clients. All right, and then over to Miss Gina with America's Preferred Home Warranty. Gina, how are you this morning?
Doing great. Excited to be here as always. I'm very excited when I think about business planning clinic, Michael. I think about some new things for our agents that are coming out this week that will be available in the Market Center to really differentiate themselves in the marketplace. And one is this new handout. It talks about how important it is to choose your own licensed contractor and how impactful it was to the customer. We surveyed them and we asked them 3 questions. Was your contractor professional? Did they like the work that the contractor did? And how important was it to choose their own contractor? Staggering numbers, over 90%. So these are powerful handouts, along with, we have these brand new folders. What a great way to walk in with your presentation, whether you're on the listing or the buyer's side, and have everything in the folder. So I will be bringing these Friday to our Market Center. And then when I think about getting more listings in business clinic planning, Michael, we talked last week about our door hangers. It's for when you're canvassing an area, it's RESPA compliant. You just put your business card in. It's helping you win more listings. It'll say that I'll pay for your home warranty if I get your listing. We have these in a PDF handout, or I have them physically, which I will also be bringing to the Market Center on Friday. And lastly, what do you want your business to look like next year? Our data collections, every time you fill one out, you receive a compensable fee. These add up financially, Michael. Maybe our agents want to donate to their favorite charity, or, a pie giveaway, or have an appreciation for their customers next year in a big way. So these are 3 ways that America's Preferred Home Warranty is helping you kickstart your business planning clinic. Thank you.
Love that. Thank you so much. Love the new marketing. Love seeing that little Keller Williams sign in the front yard on the cover of that mag. And that's going to bring us to just about the top of the hour. And we're going to start talking about today's training focus, which is preparing appropriately for the business planning clinic. Now, looking at who's in the room, I know that there are a lot of you who have attended a business planning clinic before, and I know that there's a lot of you who haven't. And so, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be covering, as you can see on the screen, goal setting, strategies, models, systems, support. This is a training course, an activity course is probably the best way to describe it, based off of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. And we are going to start with a strong foundation of getting our minds right, getting the mindset nailed. And then we're going to focus on economic models, lead generation models, budget models, and organizational models to set ourselves up to grow a big business that's going to fund our perfect life, right? Now, one of the challenges is that context matters, right? Who we are, where we are, what we're doing, what we've done is really important to informing how we'll go forward, right? And as the as the Small Business Administration says, there are two things necessary for a successful small business. Number one is it has to be appropriately capitalized. Number two, there has to be a detailed written business plan. Well, in the industry of real estate, and for us as residential real estate business owners, that capitalization piece is very low because we know we have a model of leading with revenue, right? When we focus on our sphere, we focus on lead generation that is not cost-based. We can generate revenue first and capitalize our own business. So the place that we really need to fill in is this detailed business plan. So instead of having, 150 to 200 people walk into the room on November 8th and start a conversation about what it might look like to build this detailed business plan and then find ourselves without all of the information and context that we need, we want to focus on today and over the course of the next 33 days as we march towards that event. What are the things that we need to do ahead of time to be able to maximize that opportunity? This is no different than preparing to show a house, preparing a listing presentation, preparing for a buyer consultation, preparing for an interview, whatever it is, we're going to prepare. And so the number one thing that we need to do is be there. 90% of life is showing up. And so if you are not there, you are not going to be able to take advantage of our biggest and best training event of the year. So get your ticket now. And if I had to guess, you can go in the chat box right now and click a link and get your ticket. Number two is get your mind right. When we talk about our mission, about lives worth living and legacies worth leaving and experiences worth giving, it's not just about us, right? Many times we talk about how real estate is a community-based business and we have big impacts on our communities. And when you come to the business planning clinic, hell, when you're a part of this company, you're asked to think bigger. And you are asked to strive to live your best life. And we'd be remiss not to acknowledge the fact that your best life is going to involve some other people. So I want you to go have a conversation with your children, your spouse, your family, whomever it is that is in your circle, right? Could just be your mentors or your closest friends. Talk to them about what they think is possible for next year. Ask your family what they want next year to look like. Think about your charities, the causes that you have. Maybe you're carrying debt and maybe next year is just about getting out of debt. That's awesome. But have the conversation with the other people in your life, because even though we're entrepreneurs and even though we're independent contractors and even though sometimes it feels like we're a one man or woman army, right? We're a part of a larger community and we need to pull that conversation. We need to pull our people together, if only to remind ourselves what a substantial impact we can have when we're successful. So find time on the calendar, text your husband or wife right now and say, hey, dinner Thursday night. We're going to do, a digital detox during dinner, and we're going to talk about what we want to do as a family during 2022. And then we're going to know our numbers. Now, this is always a theme with me, but it's going to be a big theme for Business Planning Clinic. I want you to know your numbers, because as we build out our business plan, we have to understand what we're trying to accomplish. And what we're trying to accomplish has a price tag, right? So when we know the life that we want to live next year and in the next 5 years, right, that's going to inform what has to happen from a financial standpoint for us in our business. And too many times folks walk into the business planning room and we say, what do you want to make next year? And it wouldn't take very many guesses for you to figure out that everybody wants to make $100,000. And I'm here to tell you that that's great if that's the number. But I actually think that there's a few different numbers that we need to consider, right? What is the must number? What must you make to keep the lights on, put food on the table, stay in this industry, because those who stay in this industry thrive in this industry. And so what do we need to do? How many dollars and cents is it for you that you must make? Then what should you make? Like what would be progress, right? Well, I can chip away at my student loan debt, or we can take the vacation if I make X. And then what's the nice pay scale? Where are you living your best life? How are you firing on all cylinders? You're doing what you want. You're not denying yourself the side of guac at Chipotle at that point. Like, what is the dollar amount that you make there? Because when you have the context of these three numbers and you know them coming in, what is amazing is when your eyes open up to the fact that the difference between what you must make for survival and what would be nice to make to do anything and everything that you wanted for your family, is the gap is seldom very large, right? And so it is well within our capacity. No one's nice scale right now is the difference, must to nice is the difference between 10 homes and 100 homes, right? It might be 15 homes and 30 homes. And a 15 home delta might seem big. That's doubling the business. But I'm looking at people on this call right now that have more than doubled their business this year, right? And so it is possible with the right plan, as long as we know where we're going. Number 4, know your numbers. I want you to take a look at your total business from 2020 and 2021. And if you're only in the business 6 months, that's fine. You're only in the business 6 days, also fine. Those numbers are easy to pull together. But I want you to go all the way back to 2020 just to make sure that we're aggregating a maximum amount of business so that we can sort through as much data as possible. I want you to understand from a business standpoint, what was my listings to buyer ratio? How many appointments did I go on? What was my average sales price? What was my average commission? How many people are in my database, right? How many leads did I get? How many appointments did I go on? How many buyer broker agreements or listing agreements did I sign? Your conversion rates will be very important. If you have to guess, take the time to guess now and think about it versus having to guess in the moment. But pull together all the information you can around the deals that you did. Where did you do them? How did you come by them? All that. And then to build on that, knowing those numbers, your deal type, your lead source, your database size, right? We're coming in, we know that I've got 400 people in my database and 100 of them were new leads last year. I know that I did 37 listing appointments and I got 7 listings. Hey, maybe there's a training gap there, right? And also understand where your business came from. This might be the most hypercritical thing that we think we know, but when we actually go, pull your MLS stats, go on the MLS, search by your license number, pull all the deals in the last 540 days, and then look. Okay, there was the buyer for Cleveland Heights. Where did they come from? Oh, okay, here's my buyer for Rocky River. Okay, here's my listing in Fairview Park. Where did that come from? And write it out. Understand your lead sources. Number 6, marketing is always a really shiny object in these conversations. I just want you to pull together what's everything that you did. All of your just solds, just listeds, your mailers, your newsletters, your Facebook posts, pull it together. There's 2 things that we're going to look for and talk about, and it's about consistency and competency. And I'll tell you what, most people want nicer, slicker, shinier, cleaner marketing, and they want to sit there and fidget and do all these different things to what font should I use for sold that's going to overlay the picture of this house with my client in front of it. and they post one of those every 18 weeks, and that is considered marketing. Consistency is our big opportunity from a marketing standpoint of just being in the face of our clients, but you will not have a strong enough appreciation for that if you don't pull together everything that you've done from a marketing standpoint and understand when you did it, why you did it, and what it did. All right, number 7, this is a big one because we are our business. And when we make investments in our business, we're actually talking about making investments in ourselves. So I want you to take a look back, and I'll tell you, one of the best reasons to keep a strong calendar is not because if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. Because at the end of the year, you can pull out, or at this time of year, you can pull out your 2021 day planner or print on a monthly format, your Google Calendar that you've kept up to date and accurate, and see where you invested time, training, and resources, resource being time, where you've done that, and then see if that lines up with your business. Hey, you know, I attended all of the multiple offer classes. I went to all of the Ignite sessions around buyer consultations, and boy, man, my buyer ratio, my buyer conversion rate is much higher than listings. Okay, so now guess what we're going to talk about the business planning clinic is where to invest your time, energy, and resources next year from a training standpoint. But pull all that together, because if you just think like, I went to trainings, I went to the sales meeting, which ones did you really attend? What did you take notes on? And then, guys, I'm sorry, but we just have to do it. At some point, we have to look in the mirror on what's the money that we spend. Maybe you're that spouse that does it for the other one. Maybe the other one does it for you. This is why the very second thing is to involve your family in the conversation. But we have to know what the return on investment is here, right? And we have to understand where we're spending money. Is it in memberships? Is it in meals and entertainment? Is it in marketing, right? Because when we have done step 5 and we know where our deals came from, and then we get to step 8 and we're having conversations about where we're spending money, there's going to be I guarantee you there will be alignment. And I also guarantee you that there will be gaps. And you will say, I cannot believe I did not get a single deal from X. And I spent 10% of my total budget on it, right? That awareness is the first step to making the changes that are going to create a more profitable and bigger and better business for you next year. Number 9, we have a culture of coaching and support in this company. Here in Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan and with Keller Williams Realty International globally. It is a coaching and training company. And I don't care how you say it, that comes from support through our various communities and a lot of one-on-one, right? The number of agents I know that are comfortable reaching out to one another to ask for help, to work through a deal, to solve a problem, to deal with an issue, whatever it is. Just take a minute and think about who helped you. Because there's a conversation coming on November 8th about who's on your team, right? And you'll hear us talk about it a lot. You know, Jade's on your team, Sean and Don are on your team, Gina's on your team, I'm on your team, Julia, Carrie, Danielle, Sierra, Mike, Eric, Jake, we're all on your team, right? And then you have your peers or even your mentors who are on your team, right? When you hit the tough deals, who did you lean on? Because we're going to have a plan for when the going gets tough, right? And that's usually going to involve other people in your life. It could involve a coach, right? Somebody say, yeah, I got a MAPS coach, or I coach with Eric, or, you know, I have this mentor, I have this group of realtors that I associate with, I have the people that I power hour with, whatever it is. Need you to become aware of that, right? Because that is a piece of leverage for you to grow your business bigger next year. And then number 10, no drum roll required, is don't eat alone. Bring a friend, right? And this isn't This could be somebody in the office. It could be somebody in the industry out of the office. I don't care if you've got a plumber that has his own plumbing business. What we're going to talk about here is good for every business. So bring a friend. It does a couple things. It gives you the opportunity to increase, the likelihood that somebody might join our company, name you as their sponsor, and then you could earn a lifetime of residual income through profit share. That's great. The thing that it does for your business next year is that it creates another mechanism for accountability. When you come in alone, stay far, far away from the dance floor, scribble notes small in your notebook, and then sneak out without anybody knowing you're there, and you give yourself an out. And a lot of times in life, that's by design. Just don't let this be one of those times, right? Bring the peer, bring the accountability, bring somebody who is going to ask you the tough questions. Bring your spouse. I don't care. Buy them a ticket. We'll give them lunch and that's done. If they want to be in this conversation because this is the thing that is leading your family to a more prosperous future, let's get them in the room. But don't be there alone. And if you are going to be there alone, let me know. I will find you a friend. Right? So we will be sending this out as follow-up and pre-work. But guys, the more we are prepared for this conversation on the 8th, the bigger impact it will have, right? This is the pulling back of the arrow right now before we launch it forward all the way into 2022. So screenshot it, snap it, do whatever you got to do right now, capture this and start pulling this stuff together so that we can have a conversation at a higher level come November 8th. Now, we are wrapping up a little bit early today, but stay on the line. Stay on the line right now because we need your help. I mentioned that as a part of over the summer at the end of Q2, start of Q3, we did a survey and we got some tremendous feedback from all of you about how to continue to improve the offerings and how to maximize this opportunity that we have to together create an incredible company and an incredible culture. Your feedback showed up in the form of continuing education, more social events, certification programs, changes to the team meetings, and a lot of different ways. We want to do that again. So we have more questions for you as we prepare for a monster, a magnificent 2022. We need your feedback. So guys, what you can do, this is pretty cool. We are a technology company. I'm not sure that y'all knew that. You can actually, if you're sitting at your computer, take out your phone, open up the camera, hold it to the screen over that QR code right now, and you can go take that survey, take our fall survey right now, help us gather as much information as possible. And for those of you who are operating from a cell phone, I don't know, maybe you can just click it, maybe you can screenshot it, maybe right now it's opening up a link. This is, the future is now. And so I'm not actually even sure how that would work. But if you're at a computer, whip out your phone, hold it to the screen and help us continue to bring the best offerings to you all to help you grow your businesses. So we're going to play some tunage and let you guys complete that survey with the last few minutes that we have here together. So Danielle, Maestro, take it away, please.